will. She's texting me like if anything's burning down. So, okay. So anyway, this is called "What's in Josh's Mailbox." This is a mailbox, and I actually tried to shove pedals into it. It didn't work out that well. Just know that I had a gimmick in place. But yeah, I collect pedals, and I've been here in my basement, like a lot of people, just in your homes. JHS, we kind of shut down and did production, and still are doing a lot of our production from home. And yeah, I've been still collecting, and I'm going to go through some new stuff, and then we're going to do a little intermission. I'll gather together some other things, and I'm actually going to debut live on YouTube a good friend's brand new pedal, and that's super exciting. So with all that said, let's try these fancy these little stinger reels that Nick gave me. Now, one thing that's funny is it seems like they're a little funky at times, but I'm going to use them. If you see glitchy like animations and intro reels and cut scenes, we're just going to make fun of them together. We got a deal there? So here's the intro. Welcome to the JHS show. It worked. It worked flawlessly. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe things are going well. The first thing I want to show you that was in my mailbox today. I got it today. It's pretty exciting. It's the giant Chibson picks. Look at this. These are real guitar picks, people. Look. It says Chibson, and the turtle has a little cigarette in its mouth. And it says a shell company. I mean, you can't get any better than this. And then it just says China, and then 250 millimeters. The normal one is 0.60, but this is 250. There's some big tone in this. Oh man, that's a good fan. Yeah. Fan myself. Biggest fan, this giant pick. Horrible dad joke. I might demo a pedal with this if you guys want that. Let me know if you want that. Okay. We're going for it. Here are the newest pedals I've collected. And when I'm collecting things lately, I'm always thinking about the research I'm doing, the interviews I have in place, missing links. Like right now, I'm working on a huge history of the DoD 250 episode. I'm not going to show any of those today. It's just too complicated. But I'm like opening them. I'm photographing them, documenting them, making spreadsheets. And it's crazy. So a lot of this stuff you're about to see is the beginnings of some episode thoughts and research. And the first thing I want to show you is the Snarling Dog black box. And I do have the box. That was actually really good. It was so glitchy. It was good. You want to do it again? Let's do it one more time. Did it work? We're glitching hard over here. But he has the box. All right. Anyway, Snarling Dog, the black dog. So I do have the box. It's cool. That's the inside. And I've been interested in this brand. I got a few of them in the other day. And, yeah. I mean, they have some crazy stuff. These are relatively cheap. We got the wrapper. We got plastic here. Let's see. Oh, hold on. There is a... oh, we got a manual with a warranty card. You know how I feel about that. We have an address... registration card. You can't see that. It's okay. If you live near 68 34th Street, Brooklyn, that's who distributed these. I'm sure some of you do. Let's check it out. Now, I remember seeing these. I'm not sure what year these are from, but I know this particular unit, they call it the Black Dog, and the Black Dog is a reference to Zeppelin Black Dog, and they're kind of saying it's a British EL34 kind of sound. I don't know. I don't know about that. I've never played this. We're going to plug it up right now and see. And things are about to get so fancy that you're not going to know what to do with it. First of all, I'm really into this coconut water, so if you see it laying around, you know, whatever. We're going to the other camera because we have a multi-camera view today. Let's do it. Isn't that fancy? I've got my Paul Gilbert signature here that Paul sent me. I'm in love with it. Let's see. Because, I mean, that sounds really good. Let's see what this toggle does. So this is literally what I do. Let me further explain. So when I grab pedals, you know, they come into the shop. This is literally like how I demo them. I'm just walking you through my process. So I've never played this pedal. Remember that riff. See, you guys don't get to normally see this, but this is exciting. Let's mess with this toggle. Ooh. This is a cool pedal. Tone control. Snarl and bite. I like that. Snarl is volume. Bite. Let's see if it does a low gain sound. I mean, it's obviously doing a sound, but let's see. Middle pickup. I like that. That's a cool pedal. All right. So next in the mailbox, let's do this one. This is fun. This is a fun story. I'm going to give you some backstory too, because you need backstory. I did an episode called History of 1970s Distortion. It was sometime last year, probably almost a year ago. It's awesome. It kind of lays out the history of different distortions that came onto the market because of a different technology called the op amp. So in the early 70s, we see stuff like the DOD 250, the Distortion Plus. Late 70s, we see the Rat. But basically, all of these pedals are hard clippers. That's what we call them. And one of them was the Dearmond Square Wave. This one got ran over by a truck. I found it. I couldn't find another one. There's the circuit. So like I have this totally destroyed one here. The circuit actually works. But I just couldn't find anyone. Like we'll go over to this other cam. You can kind of see. I couldn't find anyone to repair that. Like it's pretty gnarly. So you know, it's been sitting here at my house in this bin with some feeble hope that I would learn to fix the enclosure. It's actually harder to do than I thought. But I got one. Here it is. This is a 1980 version. These came out around 77, maybe a little earlier. I can't find any documentation. But it has the original 741 chipset, which is like how these were invented. And the graphics are killer. So let's put it up and let's play it. You don't need no stinking power supply with this. This is the 70s, y'all. This is like get your battery and do your job, okay? So it doesn't have a ton of output volume. That's the first thing I noticed. And I have played one of these before, so it's not like I'm brand new to this pedal. But it's... That's a really cool sound. So good. I love these 70s designs because they're so simple. Let's see here. Low gain. I mean, I have the volume cranked. Let's see. That's cool too. Let's try the Chibson pick. Anybody? Anybody up for that? Let's just try the pick. Here we go. This has never been done before. No one has ever used a 250 millimeter Chibson pick with a Dearmond square wave. I know that for a fact because I just know it. There we go. Let's use a G chord. It's definitely a bigger tone. Like if I go to the smaller pick, listen to this. No, let's do the big pick. Check it. Much bigger tone. I can't say enough about these. You should go buy them. I think they're on Reverb. Bigger tone. Thanks, Chibson. What's next? What is next, you ask? I can tell you're chomping at the bit. Let's do something crazy. Let's do something that I don't even really know what it is. I'm not sure what this pedal is. All right. This is exciting. Katie, again, actually used a translator and figured out a little bit of this. But it's a phaser, and I do have the box. It's so glitchy that I kind of like it. I like one more time. No, let's not do it again. It's embarrassing. So here it is. It's a phaser. Let's open her up. This paper, this box is like the consistency of a wet shoebox. Yeah. If that's a thing. There's some foam that's so it's like wafer thin foam. It smells bad. Don't smell foam. You don't do that to yourself. This is pointless. I mean, air is more protective than this. All right. Here it is. Look at this. Check it. Oh yeah. Here's the pedal. But before we get to the pedal, there's other stuff in here that's way more important. Obviously. There's a manual that I can't read. But I think because we're live and you're all here and we're all nerds, yeah, I can't read a single thing on this manual. It's actually embarrassing. Yeah, I think the light's blowing it out. It's pretty wild. Yeah, that's crazy. There's some handwriting. There's a date, 10/28/1992. That answers when it was made. Let's play this thing. It's got one of those funky little 1/8" power chords. But guess who was prepared? Josh was prepared. I've done this before. Look at that pedal. Everyone stare at this pedal. It is amazing. That color green, the font. So the deal with this is it's a Soviet-made phaser. Milin Kamak, I think. I don't know. I'm horrible. I barely speak English, but that's the phase. I think the brand is Milin Kamak. There's one on Reverb. Somebody go buy it. Type in Soviet phaser. Don't buy it yet. I don't know if it's good. What do we got here? We got some controls, depth, speed, regeneration. Ooh, that's saucy. I'm a spaceman trapped in a phaser. I don't know. That's what that sounded like. I do this on my own, too. You're actually experiencing the crazy side of me who sits around and sings to pedals. That's cool. That's a cool sound. Ooh. Let's just max all the knobs out. I'm a spaceman and I'm dead. I don't know. Listen to this. It's pretty useless. It's cool though. Let's slow it down. How slow does it go? How slow? Regeneration's weird. It's like it adds that flanging element to it. Okay. That was entertaining, at least to me. If any of you guys want to use the Spaceman Trapped in a Phaser song, I can send you my BMI thing and I can get some royalties on it. You know, snack money kind of thing. All right, let's move on to the next pedal. The next pedal, I don't have the box too, but it's okay. It is a Morley Rockin' Verb. Morley Rockin' Verb. That's rockin', not rock and verb. Rockin' Verb by Morley. It weighs a solid, I'm not exaggerating, 4 pounds. 4 pounds. It weighs as much as this guitar. It's actually breaking my hand. I'm going to have to go to the hospital. So the thing that's cool about this, Morley was actually on the forefront of something here. This might be a newer revision of the original design, because there's a version of this that has script graphics, meaning like cursive-y looking graphics. Now, the first ever reverb pedals were 8485. That's pretty much what my research has put things down to. And it was Arion reverb, and then there was the DOD reverb from the Effects series. Now, they're not good, but they're reverb pedals. Actually, the DOD one is so weird that DOD never even tried to do another reverb ever again, if that kind of says something about it. Anyway, this might have been before, but this was probably 84, 85, and it could have actually been 82, 83. I'm not sure. Haven't got that far in the story, but it uses Bucket Brigade chipsets. So it's an analog delay circuit, but it's using a particular chip, the 3011. I think it's the MN 3011, and it's stacking small delay signals, creating a weird room reverb. So these are the first reverb circuits ever made, and this could be the first. I'm not totally sure, but let's hook it up. Let's play some weird vintage reverb. Let's do it. Let's head over. We got that weird power adapter, so I timed this one right. Let's see. It helps if you turn the pedal on. It's so bad that it's really cool. This sounds different than the Arion and the DOD. And it has a knob here called drive. It's not an overdrive. I kind of almost was assuming it would have like an overdrive in it. I think it's just the input signal. Very interesting. Loudness, tone, sustain. So heavy. Yeah, I don't know what to say here. It's kind of wild. Like in an environment where I could turn my amp up really loud and like play with this, I think there's some really fun, unique sounds. I mean, that sounds like a really light spring tank. It's really nice. It's subtle, and it's all analog, which is weird. I mean, analog reverb is an impossibility because how do you put a big spring tank in a pedal? You can do that. People have done it. But then, like, you know, you can't force these giant things in. So they use Bucket Brigade chips. It's super subtle, but it's cool. Yeah. All right. What's next, you ask? Next is something I'm super pumped about. So it's a Petty John pedal. I have the entire new series, and I'm going to show this guy. This is the MK2 Gold. I do have the box. So glitchy, so perfect. It's fine. So here it is, the MK2. It even says JHS on the back. Look at that. That's amazing. Look at it. Okay. Just a pile of boxes over here. Pile of boxes. I won't do it again. I wanted to push the button, but I didn't. I didn't do it. It's fine. The MK2 is a plexi style pedal. Now, Petty John has some killer stuff. I interviewed him on a road trip. I was on my phone making some calls. So I interviewed him and kind of got his whole backstory. And I'm about to produce an episode called Who is Petty John? I really like what he does. We had kind of a similar crossover era when he came out and released one of his first pedal. It was in that genre of the color box. And I remember seeing it and being so impressed and just really fun. So I'm going to show that at some point. So yeah, it's a plexi style pedal. Let's plug it up and let's play some plexi style riffs. I hope you guys enjoy, you know, it's the little things like watching people plug pedals up on YouTube. My kids actually watch people play with toys that they have. So maybe this is the adult version of watching someone hook up pedals. Is this amusing? I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, let's do a little glamour angle there. Did I mention this was heavy? Did I mention that? I'm going to stand up for these riffs because they need to be a little more rock and roll. Oh, right out of the box. Cha-ching. That's some big tone. Let's lower the gain. These mid controls look really cool. So you got mid frequency and then the mids. So let's pull the mids out. Let's try to make this sound like a Morning Glory or something. Oh snap. That's cool. That is super cool. Man, he makes good stuff. Like, for real. If you're not familiar with Petty John, this stuff's cool. It's very cool. I'm kind of in love. It's okay. I love a lot of pedals. Let's bump the mid frequency all the way up. I mean, I need you to notice, like, this is killing the low gain side. I would not have expected that. Let's add the mids back in. And then one thing I do, if I have a pedal that has mid frequency choice and then mid frequency level, like my color box does that, turn the mids all the way up and then sweep the choice. That way you can actually hear where it's at, and then pull the mid level down. It just lets you focus in on the exact point you're trying to find, or just seeing what the pedal can do. So you hear the difference there? Low mids are kind of muddy. That's like treble booster land. And then let's crank them. Should I scoop the mids? Yes, I should. Scooped. That's saucy. Turn the gain up. And this has a high and bass control too. This is super flexible. Let's see here. Yeah, this is impressive. Like, I take pride in the fact that, like, I don't ever want to be a pedal reviewer. I just collect pedals. I collect them for the stories. I'm making a museum. I love teaching you guys where stuff comes from. But, like, this is solid. Yeah. If I was a pedal reviewer, I would say, yeah. I've already said yeah, but I'd say yeah again. Super cool. Also, Paul Gilbert, if you're watching, thank you. Thank you, Ibanez, as well. They sent me this. It's really cool. This is Paul's signature guitar. It's called the Fireman, which is, it's the reverse of the Iceman. I think I got that right. I love the mini humbuckers. Paul has like 45 versions of it, every pickup. There's pickups that don't even exist in some of the versions. All right, I'm actually I'm overwhelmed because that was a really good pedal. Let's just stare at it one more time. Petty John MK2 Marshall Plexi sounds in a box. Also, it does low gain. Pretty impressive. Okay. I don't know where that voice came from. That definitely was not me. Next pedal is totally different spectrum, into the earth kind of thing. It's a Joyo pedal from the Revolution series. I grabbed all these too, thinking about doing an episode on them. They're budget friendly. This one's $89. It is the XVI. I don't speak Roman numeral, but if I did, it probably means something. 16? I don't know. Plastic. I do have the box. Yeah. You know you like the glitchy version. Nick's never going to be able to do the clean version again. Glitch it out, people. Glitch it out. So here it is. This is the XVI Octave pedal. It weighs -pounds. The Morley would kill this. But yeah, let's plug it up. It's an Octave pedal. I'm excited. Ba-da-ba. Hey, man, what are you doing? I'm watching Josh's YouTube channel. What is he doing? He's just plugging pedals up. You were just watching somebody plug pedals up? Yeah, man, it's super cool. Like, he really does plug pedals up pretty good. Yeah, like, he has to stare at it and see what direction the cables go, and it's riveting. Oh, man, and then he sets it on his amp. Then he plugs it in. This has blue status LEDs all around. That is baller. This is like one of those, like when somebody pimps out a Kia Sportage and puts the running lights underneath it. Look at that junk. Look at that. I'm doing that to my pedals. No, I'm not. But, all right. Here it is. The Joyo Octave pedal. Now, sorry, the Joyo Octave pedal. It's polyphonic. It's $90. Technically, it's $89. Polyphonic means you can play chords and it will track the whole thing. Let's start on the bridge pickup. So it looks like sub octave, high octave, dry mix. That's cool. And then a mod. Let's turn the mod up. Yeah, you can steal that melody. Anybody, you can have it. I'll royalty free. Dry mix. Okay. So take the dry all the way out. Dry back in. Let's go all the way out. Let's crank both octave knobs. Let's be obnoxious. It tracks really good. It's $90. I mean, I want to combine this with a fuzz pedal. By the end of the show, it's going to happen because I'm craving it, you know? Almost as much as the coconut water behind me. Vita Coco. And no, I'm not endorsed. I bought those at Target. That's like a weird, like a Disney haunted house thing, right? No, it's not, but let's back this off. Just sub. Fantastic tracking, just high. I love just high octave, like a whammy pedal. I had one on my board for years where I just did the octave up. Wow, that wasn't a scale, but I felt Stevie Ray Vaughan there. I felt it. Really? You didn't feel it? Let's turn some of that mod up. It's about to get nasty. I'll probably get a text from Katie any moment that all of you left. That's fine. Let's move on to the last pedal before intermission. Intermission's 2 minutes, and there's some magical stuff afterwards. There's another pedal. This pedal has eluded me. It has caused me to question life. It's just caused me to think about things. I couldn't find it. I looked for 4 years, and I found it. I found it. A secret gear dealer in Los Angeles had it. I can't display his name. I'm going to film an episode with him one day. He's kind of like a pedal guy to the stars. He had it. I bought it. It is the Oberheim voltage controlled filter. I don't know why this accent is relevant. I do have the box. Look at this. Look at this pedal. Stare at it. If that's not a good looking pedal and a good looking worn box, this box has seen better days. This is like the pizza box when they're an hour late. And you know, the grease kind of drips down. You got all kinds of problems. Look, the flaps are worn out. This box is like, I'm tired of being a box. Can I not be a box? Let's pull the pedal out. Oh my. Warranty card. Oberheim Electronics, 1549 9th Street. I actually know where this is. Santa Monica. All right. Here's the thing. It has eluded me. It has eluded me. Tom Oberheim is a legendary synthesizer designer. And basically, this is the outgrowth of synthesizer technology. It is a voltage-controlled filter. This is a 1975 dated version. I already opened this up and kind of cheated. I had to date it. I had to know. This is revolutionary stuff here. Now, I also have a phaser from this series that a fan of the show loaned me for research. Now, what's important here is that the first MXR pedals were designed by Tom Oberheim. A lot of the design work. They were kind of partners. They kind of like helped each other out. So they didn't design them. Let me take that back. MXR designed their own stuff, but there was a lot of involvement and crosstalk here between MXR and Oberheim and that whole world. And then when Maestro wanted to put out pedals, Oberheim designed them completely. So this is the first phaser pedal ever made, this one. This is rare as a hen's tooth. I've never seen a hen's tooth, so that's how rare this is. So I'm not going to play the phaser. You know who you are. Thanks for loaning me that. But we are going to play the voltage-controlled filter. It is amazing. Just look at it. Unreal. It's a controlled filter, envelope follower, and kind of a sample hold circuit. Let's get down to business. Hey, what are you doing, Tommy? I'm just watching Josh change pedals again. It's become my favorite thing today. That's cool. Don't you have pedals that you could play with? Yeah, but this is way better, man. This is so much better watching Josh do it. Cause Josh has a little clip thing on his amp, and he leans them up. Yeah, super cool. Let's play this. Let's get funky. You guys ready to get funky? Let's do it. Battery-powered, voltage-controlled filter madness. No sound. Super exciting. You have to plug the jacks all the way in for pedals to work. Just a pro tip. Whoa. This is 1975. I just wrote a Radiohead song. You gotta deal with that. That's amazing. That's so fun and funky. Wow. So let's go back to envelope mode. So, like, it's so smooth. It's so wild. So the circuit is so simply primitive. It's a synthesizer circuit. It's what they used in the Oberheims. It's a bunch of, like, old op-amp stages, and just the way that they're triggering it is really vintage. It's so cool, really vintage. This 1975 pedal it sounds really vintage. Captain Obvious. That's a hard one to stand up. Amazing. Simply amazing. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to a 2-minute intermission. When I come back, because I got to fix my hair and like brush my teeth and stuff. We'll come back from that intermission. I'm going to debut a brand new pedal here. I'm excited for it. Let's look at this pedal for 10 seconds together. Stare at the pedal. This pedal deserves things. It deserves to be looked at. All right, let's go to intermission. Go get some snacks. Go grab a drink. Go tell somebody you love them and come back in 2 minutes. If you're not back here, I'm going to call you. I will call you. I'm not above that. That break was nice. I showered. I actually changed shirts. I have a few of these shirts. Took my shoes off, ate a bag of Cheetos, drank a third coconut water. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're the same person you were 2 minutes ago, and I hope you're excited for what's about to come. So, brand new pedal. I love pedals. I don't know if you know me yet, but I really like pedals. I like gear, and I love the stories behind pedals. Pedals are cool, but the stories are better. The history's better. The people who make them are better. And I get to be good friends with this builder. I've known him for years and years. Fantastic amp designer, amp builder, tinkerer, guitar tech extraordinaire. What else has he done? I don't know. He's just a good person. And I'm a big fan of his first release, The Protein. So I get to debut Browne Amplification, their brand new T4. This is number 8. I do have the box. It never gets old. The glitch is sticking, Nick. If you're watching this, no more of these smooth transitions. That's nonsense. So I do have the box. I'm throwing the box across the room. It's in a bag. A burlap bag, very classy. Let's pull it out here. This is for sale right now. I'm so pumped. It's the T4, and it is a good-looking pedal, and I'm about to demo the crap out of it. I'm so excited. I know Dave so well, and the T4 stands for 4 transistors. It's a 4-transistor fuzz, and I'm going to let him explain it. Yeah, there's a few of these left. His initial run, I think, was 100, 200. He has 60 or so left as of last night. These are phenomenal. Here's what Dave has to say about it. Here's a video. We couldn't be together because he probably has germs. I know I have germs. And here's what he said.
So the T4 came about through a lot of years of my experimenting with the Big Muff circuit, or the 4-transistor fuzz circuit. I bought a Big Muff many years ago, and then had a couple others. Eventually ended up at one point with a Ram's Head, which was my favorite of all time, and I loved that pedal so much. I took it apart and measured every part in it and drew a schematic of it, and I probably have 30 or 40 Big Muff schematics with different notes on them or hand-drawn modifications. But I began to play with that circuit. I built myself a copy of it and then began to play with that circuit to try and achieve what I was trying to get out of it, to make it usable in the musical scenarios where I was using it, more pop stuff. And so I bumped the mids way back up and tamed some of the high-end fizz that came in with that, and tried to make it so it wasn't shrill or harsh, but just a beautiful, long, sustaining, singing fuzz sound that still had the gnarly characteristics that made me fall in love with that circuit in the first place. So that's what the T4 is, and we hope you love it.
Thanks, Dave. I'm about to demo it. Here we go. So T4, it's based around the classic 4-transistor Big Muff style circuit. Dave is a perfectionist, so there's this funny thing with builders. I get to say stuff other people don't get to say. I'm just going to say it. People will say things like, it's just a Big Muff clone. Okay. It's a Big Muff style circuit. There's a lot of those. Dave, though, he actually started telling me about this circuit possibly 2 years ago. He just tinkers constantly. I remember being like, bro, you just need to put it out. You just need to put it out. That's how I was with his first pedal. And he just loves getting things perfect. He loves changing parts, listening to parts. So this is a really cool take on the Big Muff. It's as original as you can get with this 4-transistor circuit. And I'm excited to demo it for you. I had a blast with it the other day. Let's check it out. Another pro tip is plug in the guitar into the input and then plug in plug your amp into the output. Let's do controls at noon. Bridge pickup. Let's brighten it all the way up. That is cool because it's all the way up, but it has great mids. It's not harsh. I'm going to say something here. I'm going to go to the camera to say this. What I'm experiencing right here... Sorry. What I'm experiencing right here is called smooth highs. I don't know if you've heard of smooth highs. This is a great definition of smooth highs. Yeah, the treble's all the way up. Have you played a big muff with the treble up? It like rips the paint off your wall. This is super usable. Let's just max the gain out while we're at it, because why not? Actually, it's the sustain knob. Let's roll the tone back. All the way off. Why not? Crazy. Now, this is the first thing. I actually forgot this. This, when I plugged it up, I noticed that when the tone dark, it feels like a fuzz face. And that is really weird. It's funky and strange for a big muff to do that. So whatever witchcraft he's done, I like it. It still has the high end. It doesn't like totally sweep everything out. Really love that. That feels just like a fuzz face. I'm not even joking. Now, the fuzz face thing to me, like, it's in all the Hendrix songs, and it's like the token, like if you own a fuzz face, you gotta learn to play like this. It's the whole like, let's play an E. And then you go down, you grab that pentatonic scale, and it's like that. That's the Hendrix thing. So good. Yeah, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Get over it. Here we go. I'm gonna plug it up. I gotta hear this with an octave. I gotta hear it. Let's put the octave first. Hey, Chris, what are you doing? I'm watching Josh plug in pedals. Chris, you have pedals. Yeah, but Josh is plugging in pedals. Chris, you have your own pedals. You should plug your own pedals in, Chris. Yeah, but Josh is plugging them in. It's fine. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. People. That's a good pedal. I'm not a pedal reviewer. I'm just saying I like this pedal. That's all I'm saying. It's $179. I get nothing out of this, by the way. Nothing. I just like pedals. Go buy his pedals. There's like 60 left. It's awesome. He's starting up. I don't know what to say. Let's do record time. Well, that wasn't glitchy either, at all. Today's record time is brought to you by all the bright lights. There's literally a bright light hitting it. All the bright lights. Look at that. This album, where do I start? Okay. It's basically 3 people. This was done 2014. I don't actually know the year. It's James Duke, good friend of mine. A lot of you guys know him. He's a killer session guitar player, touring guitarist. And for fun, I think this is how the story goes. They just wanted to record an instrumental ambient rock album with tons of delay pedals on it. And that's all I know to tell you, except it's just incredible. So they just released it on vinyl. I got 4 copies, because why not? And you should check it out. You might want to grab a vinyl. They're not going to make these forever. And it's phenomenal. So Light in the Attic Records, if you Google Light in the Attic Records, they actually issued this out. Old Bear Records is the reissue. All the Bright Lights. It's self-titled. There is an album after this. It's really great, but this one's better. I said it. This one's amazing. This is a legendary instrumental album, in my opinion. I don't know what else to tell you. It's like the soundtrack for your life when everything's great, you're winning, it's rainy outside, and you've just had a wonderful day, and now you're in your Snuggie, and you're watching sci-fi movies. That's what this is all about. Totally. That's record time. All the Bright Lights. Check it out. All right, it's time for some Q&A. Today's Q&A is actually all questions from the JHS Show Patreon, and I had the patrons, Zach got a hold of them, and they actually recorded the questions, so you're going to get to see them ask the questions, and then I'm going to answer. We're just doing a few, and then we're going to end this thing, because we've been going an hour and 10 minutes. I could go all day. I might do a 24-hour live stream. I don't care. I don't care. All right, let's do some Q&A.
It's time for Q&A. Tell me all your questions.
That's a fantastic stinger. You want to see it again? Nick, you did a great job, buddy.
It's time for Q&A. Tell me all your questions.
Man, so good. All right, here's our first question. It is from Nicholas Kane. Nicholas Kane, what you got to ask me?
Hi. So I like to cram as much stuff on my board as I can. So my question is, top-mounted jacks versus side-mounted jacks. Which do you prefer and why? Can you tell what I like? Stay safe. Thanks.
I think he's trying to take a little stab at me, and I love it. You see, all my pedals have side-mounted jacks. Not all of them. That's not true. Josh, you're too hard on yourself. Some of my pedals have top-mounted jacks. It's pretty rare, but most of them have side-mounted. Here's the thing. I don't think it matters on board real estate. I know that as I just said that, there is a flaming, angry mob forming in the comment section. Katie, I'm sorry. You're going to have to deal with it. I just don't think top-mounted jacks save any space. I mean, I get that they do. Maybe they do. I don't know. I don't know what I like. I like side-mounted is what I like. I like side-mounted. I get that some of you want top-mounted, but I don't know. I don't know. Is it wrong that I just like side-mounted jacks? In the chat, in the comments, tell Katie if you like top-mounted or side-mounted. I love your question, Nicholas. It's making me deep dive here. I'm not sure where I stand, but I obviously like side. Maybe I should do more top-mounted. I don't know. Let's move on to the next one. Thanks for that question.
Hi, Josh. Jerry in Tupelo, Mississippi here. How many unique drive circuits are out there, really? And what is it about something like, say, the Grunge or the OCD or the Twin 12 that make them sound and feel so different? Keep safe out there, and thank you.
Jerry is from Tupelo. I started JHS in Jackson, Mississippi, and then my wife is from Tupelo. Jerry, I got to hang out with you. Go to Tupelo Music Consignment and buy something. I bought so many pedals from that place, and there was the place on Main Street. Anyway, back to your question. How many unique distortion circuits are there? So really, the first distortions were fuzzes. Fuzzes are pretty simple. You take a transistor boost gain stage and you break the crap out of it and you create fuzz. You overload it. So there's that. That's like discrete distortion. That means transistors are being used. Then you get to the 70s and you have these hard clippers. I showed you the Dearmond pedal, wherever it went. Anyway, that was a hard clipper. Those started in the 70s. DOD 250, Distortion Plus, the Dearmond, the Rat, DS1 is a hard clipper. There was that thing. Then you had soft clipping. That enters about 1977. That's where you put clipping diodes, not on the output of the circuit, hence hard clipping. You put it in the loop of the op-amp, soft clipping. Now, soft clipping, the first circuit, OD1. Boss OD1 did it. Ibanez copies that design, adds a tone control, creates the TS808, TS9, TS10, and then soft clipping just keeps going. Like I held up the Morning Glory here. It's a Blues Breaker style pedal, and that's soft clipping. That's from the 90s. So you really have fuzzes, hard clippers, soft clippers, and then you have other random things on the fringe. So at the end of the day, there's probably 4 styles. The fourth style, I think, would be like amp sim with FETs. Like instead of tubes, you take a tube amp schematic and you put FETs where those go. FETs is field effect transistor. It's a type of transistor. So 4, maybe 5. That's the gist. Maybe that's a good episode. If you'd like to see that episode, throw it in the comments. And then you asked about what makes the grunge and these other things sound so unique. It's hard to say. I mean, sound is such a preference. Every pedal that you mentioned, Jerry, is like very different. It might be in the category, but it's very highly modified and unique. It wasn't someone just copying a data sheet. In the 70s, you see the DoD 250, the Distortion Plus, the Gaiatone Zoom Box. They're all the same exact circuit. People argue they sound different. They do a little. There's some slight differences. It's the same circuit, period. Everything you mentioned was using those elements or those topologies of a circuit and making it pretty unique. I hope that's a good answer. All right, here's Dan B.
Hey, Josh. What 3 pedals would you pick to put on a pedal board if you could only pick 3 and none of them could be JHS pedals?
Okay. It stuttered a little. But you asked, what 3 pedals would I pick to go on? By the way, can we play this again? Hold on. I want to play it again. It's genius. It's not working. Whatever. Okay. He filmed himself in a mirror that said Man of the Year. That's my kind of person. Clever, funny. I like it. What 3 pedals would I put on my board that can't be JHS pedals? Klon Centaur. I can't use a Morning Glory, but I want to. I would use the Snouse Black Box as my blues breaker. And then I would have to have an analog tap delay. So I'd go with like a Diamond Memory Lane. No, I wouldn't use that one. It doesn't have enough. Yeah, it does. Does it have enough delay time? No. I need a second of delay time. I'd use like Chase Bliss, his analog delay. I think that's what I'd do. No, I would use the Boss DD200. It has all these different sounds in it. I can mimic the analog delay. So, final answer. Great question, Dan. That's what I would do. Klon Centaur, KTR, either one's fine. I would use the Snouse Black Box for my light overdrive. The Klon would be my heavier overdrive. I could stack them and have distortion, and then the Boss DD200. I'm set. Next up is Jacob.
Hey Josh, are there any things you learned along the way about pedal circuitry and guitar pedals that you really wish you'd known when you first started out? And are there any resources that you recommend for people who maybe want to do their own mods and repairs? Cheers.
He had a Morning Glory in his pocket. I am a fan of that. I think it's a new fashion thing that you're starting. Jacob, I think you're unaware, but you're starting a fashion trend that's going to sweep the world. Thank you for that. So are there any things I was unaware of when I started? I'll yak about this for a second. I'm going to restrain it to like 30 seconds. I wish I had known there is no magic sorcery to guitar pedals. They are circuits. I said this in the Myths episode. We've gone to the moon, or at least faked it. We have Uber Eats delivering McDonald's fries to our doors. We can build circuits. There's no secret, unknown circuit for overdrive. It's just total malarkey. I like the word malarkey. Like, it's an analog circuit. We're using parts from the 50s, from the 70s. Some of them are even older. You can make any circuit. I don't care what anyone says. You can figure it out. You can make stuff. It's not magic rocket science. And just knowing that releases you to know you can do it. So you have more confidence. And, I wish in the beginning I'd had more confidence. And I think history and educating people has become such a passion of mine because I wish I had known things I know now. So this question to me means a lot. And I think that a lot of you out there, you want to build circuits. You want to get better at designing. And I want to encourage you that you can build any of this stuff. It's not rocket science. It's not even close. And like setting up this live stream is harder than understanding how a fuzz works. I just want to encourage you with that. That'd be my takeaway. Get in some books. I have a bunch of books up here. Like, you can't see them. You can sort of see them. I look at college textbooks, small signal electronics books. I read stuff. I don't necessarily go hopping around in guitar DIY stuff. I just look for audio circuits. I take and learn the circuits that are in mic pre's and learn the circuits that are in your car stereo, whatever. Radio circuits, radio tone controls. I'm way over 30 seconds, but I love this question. Let's go to the last question. I think your name is Triana. Trian. I barely speak English, forgive me. But let's listen to your question.
Hi Josh, which is the one guitar you regret selling, if applicable? Otherwise, which is the one guitar you'd never sell?
I regret selling this guitar by Godin, a Godin Flat 5. It was wood grain, it was about this thick, and it was semi-hollow. It was a killer guitar. I got hard up for some money. We were moving, and I just sold it because I hadn't played it in like a month. You know how that goes. And I have regretted it ever since. I can't find another one, but it was a Godin Flat 5. It was like FLAT and then the Roman numeral 5. Loved that guitar. Yeah. And then what guitar would I never sell? If you go back and watch the episode, My 5 Favorite Guitars, maybe that's what it's called, it would be the Sunburst Telecaster. I've had it since high school. I played clubs with it. I toured with it. I turned it into the Radiohead guitar. I would never sell it. That guitar is so important to me. That's the guitar I want to give my kids. You know, I want to hand that to my son and be like, this guitar did this stuff, and it means a lot to me. That's a very sentimental question. Very, very sentimental. All right, it's time to get out of here. I would love for you to leave a comment below. What did you think about this live stream episode? Any suggestions? I think it went pretty well. We're at an hour and a half. Whatever. I'll trim it down next time or not. I don't know. And I want to thank Paul Gilbert again for the guitar and Ibanez. That was awesome of you. I also want to thank Nick for his wonderful work on helping me with these transitions and doing what he does best, making graphics that glitch on a live stream. We'll fix that next time. Like, subscribe, hit the bell icon. And if you want to be a JHS Show patron, there is a site. Basically, you go to this site and you get all kinds of perks. These are videos that only patrons see. Some of them are 20, 30 minutes. And I did a tour of Denmark Street. I did a thing called Steve Rittinger, the most interesting man in the world. It's the guy who was involved in the Tone Machine, everything. I do live Q&As. I'm going to do another one of those really soon. And it's a smaller group of people. It's more focused. This is the best snapshot of me ever. Clapton is God. This is a class that I'm going to start teaching at some colleges. This is a first look at it. And then this is another class I'm going to do. I'm doing one at a public library locally. It's Jimi Hendrix and his technology, a deep look at his career in parallel to his gear. And I dove deep into the Lamb series with my notes. So you get to see these if you're a patron. There's also the JHS Show website where there's like all kinds of stuff. Giveaways, there's merch, articles. So we're turning episodes into articles so you can read them. Because at work, it's a little hard to watch an episode, but maybe you can skim through and read an article. We have suggestions. I know that a lot of you would love to suggest an episode. So that's where you do it. And we have a lot of suggestions, and we look at them. Then every record I've ever shared is on the record time panel. Look at this. If you need some new music, this is everything I love. You'll hate half of it, but you might find stuff that you actually really enjoy. The joy of music is very real, and this is just Record Time's my contribution to just trying to share music that I love, and that's fun. The other thing that the show has is obviously some really cool merch. Let's go look at that little merch section. We did the episode on buzzwords. That was fun. But so there's all these shirts here. I love t-shirts. I'm obsessed with t-shirts. But there's all kinds of stuff here. It's really fun. And we put all the, oh, look, Paul Gilbert can't shred. Demo guys suck. From the Paul Gilbert video. If you know a drummer, get him a drum suck shirt. And then here's all the buzzwords. So yeah, check it out. This was super fun. I went like 45 minutes longer than I thought I would, and I don't care. I feel good about it. We had tech issues. We defeated them. You're here. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being a part. From the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for loving the JHS show. Thank you for supporting it and being a part of archiving history and helping Nick and I tell these stories. And it's just exciting. It's exciting that anyone cares. I did it as a passion project, something because I wanted to do it. And now there's a little bit of a loyal nerd base following it. And that's exciting to me. And I'm so glad that you're here today to watch. Have a